This morning show, we are here to inspire you about building your own business and helping you stay on track of your goals. It's a daily cup of motivation. A supportive group of women who wants to see you succeed in your business, and we'll support you every step of the way. Right in the morning. Just put your mind to it. Coffee with Nikkie. Wake up everybody in the morning. Wake up everybody. It's coffee with Nikkie, and we have to get our drink on. So educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Hey, we riding, yo. Wake up in the morning, 5 a.m. in the morning. I'm yawning, brainstorming when my mind is forming. Time tuned to this morning show early in the morning. Listen to Coffee with Nikkie. Oh yes, she's busy. If you need help, tune on the channel right with me. Strong, independent women, make it sound easy. Take it Wake up everybody in the morning. Wake up everybody. It's coffee with Nikkie, and we have to get our drink on. So educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Hey, we riding, yo.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. How are you all doing this amazing morning? It is a dreary and rainy day outside, but it is going to be sunny in here because that's just what we do. We are going to bring the energy, and it is time for you to wake up and let's get it popping. All right, it is time for you to stop being stagnant and start getting it moving. It's time for you to stop procrastinating and start prioritizing, okay? That is what we are doing this morning. Now, good morning. Welcome to Coffee with Nikkie. I am your host, Miss Nikkie, and this is your daily cup of information and inspiration. And today we are going to be talking about how are you working? Are you getting so overwhelmed that you're not getting anything done? Are you even prioritizing the things that you have to get done? Are you wasting away your day? And then you're saying, well, where did the time go? Well, what did I get done? Because, the whole day just went away and I have nothing to show for it, right? And I know we all do it and we're all victims of it. I'm not acting like, oh, that's not me, that's just you. No, I'm in the midst of this with y'all. You know what I'm saying? And so since I am and we're going to be discussing that because, again, if we want things to change, we are going to have to change the way we operate. We are going to have to change the way that we maneuver. And I think when we are at different stages in our life, we receive information differently. Sometimes we're not prepared to hear information, and so we don't move in a manner that's going to help us. And so I think that when we are ready for the information to come and we are ready to take the action, then we can go on ahead and thrive and do all the things that we need to do, flourish and be successful and stay successful and grow and scale, and you know what I'm saying, like that type of stuff. And so today is no different. We're going to talk about that today. So the title of my show today is called You're Not Overwhelmed, You're Unprioritized. And I'm going to ask you some questions, and it's going to be yes or no questions because I know, or one word answers, because I know that I want you to respond with one word answers. That's what I'm saying. I know that you are at work and sometimes you can't type out a whole long thing and have a whole conversation with me in the chat. So I get it. So I'm definitely going to be asking you a few questions, but how many of y'all know what I'm talking about being overwhelmed? In the chat, say I do in the chat. Say I do in the chat. Make sure y'all take this video out and share it. How many of y'all know what I'm talking about? Let me know in the chat. Put overwhelmed in the chat. Overwhelmed in the chat. Put it in the chat. All right, so let's get into who's in the building. Good morning. We have Latrice of Heartbeat Candle, ATL. I, on the other hand, call her cousin, but here in these YouTube streets, we call her the best moderator on what? Earth. The best moderator on Earth's in the building. Good morning. I see that they took the yellow color off my thing. Now I got to go back in and change it, because that's boring. It's just I gotta put my yellow band back on here. Let me see where it's at so I can fix it. I know I don't have to do it right here, right now in this moment, but y'all know it's here, but I don't know why it ain't showing up. All right, whatever. Whatever. All right, so next in the building, we have Melly Mel of Bubble Dance Soapery. Melly Mel, I did see that you are up here making your content on your soap. I see you. I see you. I see you. So, good morning, party people. It's Thankful Thursday, and have a great day. And hit the like button. I hit the like button. I hit the like, hit the like, hit the like button. I hit the like button. I hit the like button. I hit the like, hit the like, hit the like button. Now, okay, so we were talking about yesterday how to repurpose your content. Your phone is a gold mine, and you could just go in there and repurpose some stuff, and you can get a couple of pieces out of something, out of one clip. You know what I mean? And I seen that Melly Mel was talking about her soap and stuff yesterday. So I actually seen you quite a few times on my scrolling adventures. Let's call them my scrolling adventures. So I seen you a couple of times on my scrolling adventures. So I am glad to say, and I'm happy to say that you are doing a good job. Girl, you doing a good job. Sis, you doing a good job. Sis, you doing a good job. I'm probably saying it wrong, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I mean. Good morning, Big Meech. It was her birthday yesterday. Meech is the birthday girl. Happy birthday, Big Meech. Well, yesterday was her birthday, but today is Martini's birthday, and it is also my son's birthday today. So I have a 28-year-old, y'all. I have a 28-year-old. Big Me said, I hit the like button. I hit the like button. I hit the like, hit the like, hit the like button. I hit the like button. I hit the like button. I hit the like, hit the like, hit the like button. Hit the like button, y'all. Good morning. We got Sean of First of All Consulting in the building. Good morning, good morning, good morning. What is that? Oh, come on. Custom emojis. Good morning, sis. Good morning, Chantel. How you doing this amazing morning? And okay, so let me tell y'all something. I am really loving the energy and the things that you all are doing out there in the world with your brand and just showing up for yourself. Okay, so I want to say that I seen Yolanda go live last night, and I was like, wait a minute, am I looking at this right? And it said Footprint Collections, and I was like, I don't think this is Yolanda. I went and it was Yolanda. Yolanda went live. So I want to say congratulations, Yolanda. She said she's stepping out of her comfort zone and she's doing things differently. Your body oils look amazing. So I just want to say I saw you and congratulations. Do we say congratulations because you went live? But I loved it. I loved it, and definitely you should do it more. You should definitely do it more. So, and you did very well. I want to say you did a very good job. Good morning, Miss Lloyd. Sis, you doing a good job. Is that how it go? I'm trying to fix it now. I think that's how it go. Good morning, Miss Lois. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Miss Lois said, good morning, everyone. I'm blessed. Yes, yes, and yes. Good morning, Christina. Christina's in the building. She said, good morning. How are you doing this amazing morning? Christina, I'm seeing you posting too. So I see y'all. I see y'all in these streets. Good morning, Michelle Robinson. How are you doing this amazing morning? Michelle Robinson said, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning, birthday girl. It's your birthday. It's your birthday, girl. It's your birthday. It's your birthday, girl. You know it's your birthday. Something, something. It's your birthday. Happy birthday, Martini. You know I'm rocking with you to the wheels fall off. That is my girl. I love me some Martini. So happy birthday to you, and I hope you have an amazing day. Listen, cousin said I'm having connection issues. I'll try to get back on. Okay, sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan. Good morning, sis. Good morning, Chantel. I think I said that right. Did I? Yes. Oh, you let me make sure that you put good morning in there. I was like, Chantel, you just sneaking around the chat. When you sneak it here? She was like, oh, I typed good morning, but I didn't send it. Good morning, Damien. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you doing this amazing morning? Yes. Come on, prioritize. Yes. Let's get it. We're getting into it today. Good morning, Tasha K. Good morning, Flaxy people. Feeling blessed, black, and highly favored. Come on, blessed, black, and highly favored. Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, let's get into it. Y'all know what I'm okay. Okay. Good morning, Larry. How are you doing this amazing morning? Let's go, y'all. Let's go. Okay, unprioritized, right? All right, let's get it. Thank you. Thank you. You better modulate those notes. You better thank a union member. Thank you. Repurposing content is my new favorite thing. Told you. Told you. Told you. Thank you, everybody, for all the birthday wishes. Thank you. I'm like, I cannot believe it. My mother sent me a message this morning to talk about, can you believe you got a 28-year-old? I'm like, I've been thinking about it all week. Like, I know she can remember when I was 28. And I'm here. And here I am. And then she gonna send me a message to talk about I'm glad I'm here to see it. I'm like, because where else would you be? You trying to tell me something? You better cut it out, lady. You better cut it out. We got things to do here. Good morning, Lakeisha Keisha. How are you doing this amazing morning? Lakeisha Keisha said, good morning, everyone. It is happy Friday Eve, and I am truly blessed. Yes, yes, and yes. Listen, we got all the wonderful birthday wishes. I haven't done ish in the past few days. Yes, you wasn't feeling good, so we hoping that you are feeling better soon. Okay, can't even fill orders. Oh no. Hope you feel better soon, Big Meech. You're singing it right. Oh, okay. Sis, you doing a good job. Sis, you doing a good job. All right. Okay. So I got it. Good morning, Tracy. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Look at all these wonderful birthday wishes. You better thank a union member. You better thank a union member. All right, y'all. Y'all ready? I got some questions. Put some ones in the chat if you're ready for my first question, because I got one. I got one. Let me know in the chat if you're ready, because I'm going to get all up in your business, like all up in your wax. I'm going to get all up in it because I need to know some things, and I need you to know some things so we can start changing some things, okay? Listen, let's get these ones in. Get them in. Let's get them in. All right. So I'm going to ask you a question. And the first one is, do you ever feel like everything in your business is urgent? There's no right or wrong answer. I just want you to tell me yes or no. There's no right or wrong answer. I'm not going to be like, well, this is the answer. It's not. I'm just asking you questions. Just so you know. Thank you all, and happy birthday to your sunshine, Nikki. Nikki, you know it's to the wheels fall off, period. Period. Do you ever feel like everything in your business is urgent? Yes or no? Larry says yes. Mel says no. Miss Lloyd says no. Martini says no. Can I switch to a hells? Yeah, you sure can. You can switch it to whatever you want. Good morning, Patricia. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's get it. All right. At times, yes. Okay. Okay. All right. So there's, like I said, there's no right or wrong. I just want to know, do you ever feel like everything in your business is urgent? Because some things are important. Some things may not be urgent. Some things can be done later. Some things, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, I believe that if you're thinking like, oh yeah, is my business important? You would say yes, right? But do you think that everything that involves and revolves around your business is important? Then you may, have a different answer. But let me see. I feel like it, but I know it isn't. Yep, because things are still going, life's still going to happen around it. But listen, I don't have a right or wrong answer. So let's get to the next one. Have you ever finished a busy day and still feel like you got nothing meaningful done? If you know what I'm talking about, say I do. If you don't, say I don't. Have you ever finished a busy day and felt like you got nothing meaningful done? Excuse me. Have you ever finished a busy day and still felt like you got nothing done? If you do, say I do. If you don't, say I don't. Oh, Larry, you get, oh, okay. Okay. Larry worked with intention. Oh, let me tell you something. I spent yesterday working, and I know I had a slew of orders that I had to pack, and I also had things that I had soap to cut, I had meetings to take, and I still had to get some things ready and labeled and stuff like that. So I spent, because I've been waking up early, the middle part of my day I was dragging, right? And I was trying to get everything done before I had to hit the post office, come back. My intentions was to make product and then, finish the rest of the stuff that I had to do. But towards the middle of the day, I got a little draggy and I started moving in slow motion. And then I didn't prioritize and I ended up working until midnight because there were things that I didn't do, but I still wanted to have them accomplished in yesterday, so I didn't have to bring them on into today. And I would have just said, you know what, I'm tired. I woke up early in the morning. Actually, I woke up late yesterday, so I woke up, but I still woke up at 6 o'clock. I woke up early, and so I'm tired. I should just probably go to sleep and then think about it in the morning. But I was like, nope, I'm going to stay here until I finish doing what I have to do so I can get what I have to get done. And I had to take that because I'm like, I'm the one who slacked off in the middle of the day when I could have just kept on going, right? Yes, we need rest. Yes, we need this, but I'm a 24-hour, I guess I was about to say I'm a 24-hour entrepreneur, but I'm a full-time entrepreneur. So I don't have the the luxury of saying, well, I could just pick it up from my check, because I don't have that, right? I mean, I do for myself, but not from anywhere else. So I don't have that. And so I'm like, I gotta get it done or I'm going to be behind. I'm gonna be so behind that I'm not going to be able to properly plan and do what I need to do for this day. And so yeah, that yesterday I felt like I was busy, but I wasn't getting everything that I needed to get done. And everything that I was doing wasn't necessarily meaningful, wasn't necessarily helping me cross things off my list. It was more so, I would say, busy work and distraction work. How many of y'all know what I'm talking about? Distraction work. I speak about this all the time when we're, have coffee with Nikki, that we do a lot of distraction work. We decide, oh yeah, you know what, now is the perfect time for me to go on over and create a character. Now is the perfect time for me to go and scroll through Instagram. Now is the perfect time. Like, we do things that, and not because I'm scrolling because I posted something and I'm responding. No, I'm just scrolling because I'm taking up time in the day because I don't feel like doing what I have to do. And so I'm making an excuse for me to be distracted. How many of y'all know what I'm talking about? How many of y'all know what I'm talking about? Use a visual checklist and time limits. Yes, we do use the Pomodoro technique. We have a timer. We have all of those things. And sometimes just because we know what we need to do don't mean that we necessarily do it. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm not exempt because I know I work more efficiently when I time block, but do I do it all the time? No. No, I'm not. Sometimes I'm not disciplined in that area, and I need to do better. I need to do better. Tricks the mind. Okay, trick the mind versus trying to remember everything. I know. Yes, yes, yes. I do. I do love a visual checklist. Yep. Yes. Distraction work is avoidance of doing things you don't want to do. Period. Period. And nothing happens there. There's no growth that happens there. It's a waste of time, and then it's a waste of energy, and you're like, why did I just do that? You know what I'm saying? And you upset with yourself because you just distracted yourself for however long, and it just goes on, especially if you get stuck scrolling. You'll look up and you'll realize like an hour done went past and you done scrolled and you did nothing. You said you was gonna post and go, you was gonna post and leave and make some soap or make some candles or wick some jars. You said you was gonna do all of these things and you did nothing. And you did nothing, right? So we're gonna change that, right? We have to change it. So, and this is another thing, because feel like we feel so busy when we're multitasking, right? We feel so busy because we can do all of the things. I can get all these things done at one time, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this, so I can get everything done quicker. And guess what it takes? Longer. So let me know. I'm asking you another question. Are you constantly multitasking and still falling behind? Yes or no? Are you constantly multitasking and still falling behind? Larry says, I charge people if they if they interrupt focus session. When I'm on the people, wait, when I'm on, the people know not to call while I'm driving, and when I'm making products, I put them to work. Oh. Are you constantly multitasking and falling behind? Yes or no? Ah, good, y'all. Good, good, good. Another one. Drop a word that describes your brain. Okay. Drop a word that describes how your brain feels when you look at your to-do list. Drop a word in the chat that describes how your brain feels when you look at your to-do list. Let me know in the chat. So Chantel says, I notice when I time block, I have more time. Yes. When I'm unorganized, I feel like the day flies by and nothing gets done. And that is the absolute truth. Like I feel, and it's crazy that I know this and I don't do it, right? I know that if I do the time blocking, I get so much done in my little time, my 20-second time block, as opposed to letting it just, just saying, oh, well, I got to cut soap. I'm like cutting soap, cleaning jars, labeling this, then and that, da da da, getting it all done, knocking it out, ready for my next 20 minutes of my time block. And I'm like, this is very efficient. But why is it so hard for my brain to click and say, this is how you need to work every single day, girl? What we doing, sis? Because you are screwing up everything. Get it together, okay? I tell y'all, that's how I have to speak to myself. And I speak to y'all in the same manner that I speak to myself. So don't y'all get your feelings hurt when I speak the way I speak, because remember, I speak to myself in the same way. Okay. I speak to myself in the same way. All right. So what are you feeling? Overwhelmed. Sometimes anxious. Overwhelmed. Larry said, you ain't gonna waste my time, right? You gonna wick these jars, you gonna pour some wax, you gonna label these products if you gonna talk to me. Listen, overwhelmed. Raise time. Okay. Time is money. I know that's right. I know that's right. So if you're looking at your list and you're feeling overwhelmed, what usually happens when you look at your list and you feel overwhelmed? Do you procrastinate? Do you put something else on your list? Do you start chopping the list down? Like, what do you do when you start to look at your list and you're feeling overwhelmed or anxiety? That's the word I like to use. I don't really know if that's a word, but I say it all the time. Anxiety. Let me know, what do you do when you look at your list and you're feeling overwhelmed or anxiety? And you could just give me a 2-word answer or 3. Like, don't do it. Or add something. Feel free to add whatever it is that you do. Miss Loy says she just thought that's the only way you gotta do it. You gotta eat that frog bit by bit. Just another maniac Monday. Listen, I run away sometimes. And where you running, Michelle? Where you running to? I pick a couple of things to get done, and sometimes I procrastinate. Sort by priority. It's good that you say that, because that leads me right into my next point, Larry. Sort it by priority. I tell myself, shake it off and get it done. Period. Because it got to get done. If it got to get done, if it get done today, tomorrow, yesterday, it's got to get done. So the same things that's on your list is still going to be there. So you might as well decide that you're going to get it done. Michelle says she runs into her room. I work from the easiest task to the hardest. It gives a sense of accomplishment and motivates me to keep on going. Keep on, keep going. Come on. Come on. I love that. Love that. Love that. So I was saying that what Larry said about sorted by priority is leading me to my next point. Because how many of you all remember the Eisenhower matrix? One's in the chat if you remember. If you don't, that's totally fine. We talk about a lot of things every day. So it's totally fine if you don't remember what the Eisenhower matrix is. Let me know. One's in the chat. 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 The Eisenhower matrix. Let me know if you know what it is. One's in the chat. If you don't know, it's okay to put 2. It's okay to put 2 if you don't know. What you got? Show me what you got, little mama. Show me what you got, lady. All right. So the Eisenhower matrix is a matrix that help you to schedule out your time, schedule out your task in quadrants, right? So the quadrants are like, it's your to do, to delegate, to schedule, and to delete, right? And it's also based off of what's urgent, what's important, what's not important, and what is, just needs to fall off the list. And so this is a way for you to look at your to-do list and break it down into the quadrants that it needs to be in. But let me give you the definition of what the Eisenhower matrix is. The Eisenhower matrix, also known as the urgent important matrix, is a time management tool that helps prioritize tasks by categorizing them into 4 quadrants based on their urgency and importance, right? So you got quadrant 1. These tasks require immediate attention and are crucial for achieving goals. So when you look at your list, think about what's important and urgent that I need to do right now. What's important and urgent that I need to do right now. So if you know that orders need to go out before the post office close, then that means you need to pack the orders before you decide that you want to go organize some fragrance oils, because that's not going to help you. The priority here is getting these packages to the post office, not doing these fragrance oils, right? So, and when you start looking at your to-do list, you're going to start to take your things, your tasks that you have on there, and you're going to start putting them in whatever quadrant or whatever section you're going to do it in, right? So, or whatever section it needs to be categorized in. So whatever needs to be done in this day, put it in the urgent and important, right? Because this requires your immediate attention, and this is going to help you to achieve your goals. Your quadrant 2 is important but not urgent, right? It still needs to be done, but it's not something that needs to be done like yesterday. And so you can schedule these things out, right? So what can you schedule out? So these tasks are vital for long-term success, but don't require immediate action. So they can be scheduled for later, right? But they still need to be done. So schedule that thing out. Content will fall into this, like scheduling out your content. Appointments, whatever appointments need to be done, you're going to put that on your calendar. Just things like that you can do. If you know that you want to make soap at a certain time, or you want to have it done by a certain time, you can schedule this out. Say, I'm going to make it by this day so it could be ready by this day. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't need to be in your do now section. It can be scheduled out. If y'all with me, say I'm with you. If you with me, say I'm with you. Number 3, urgent but not important. So you could delegate this. Somebody else can do this, right? A lot of the times we're product makers, we're entrepreneurs. We want to make sure that everything gets done. So we have the tendency to micromanage, or we have the tendency to say we can't have help because they don't know what they're doing. They can't help me the way I need them to help me. And it's just because it's not the way you would work, but they're still getting the job done. So if they can do the job, or you can find somebody who can do the job better than you, but you know what the job is, because I'm a big advocate on not hiring somebody unless you know what the job is or what it entails. Because if you don't, then somebody can be eating up the clock and not stealing your money, but just taking your money and you just throwing it out the window. So I am really big on knowing what the task is, how to do the task, and how long it takes for it to get done. Because if not, again, You just throwing money out the window. But things that you can delegate, right? Who can you delegate to do these things? You can do automation. You can have a virtual assistant. You can have your kids help you if you know they work well, and delegate some tasks that needs to be done, right? These tasks, they may appear urgent, but they don't contribute significantly to your goals, so you can consider delegating those things. And number 4, this is the last quadrant. You just draw a square on the page and start filling out your task in there, your daily task, put it in there so you know how you're going to operate in the day. So you can make sure you have your top 3 things done or the top things done. And then you feel accomplished because you know that these things move you closer to your goal, as opposed to just having that whole list and then going through it and saying, you know, doing whatever you feel like doing and nothing gets done, especially that's going to help you to achieve your goals, right? So the last one is not important and not urgent. So these tasks, they're not important or urgent, and so they can be eliminated or postponed. So it doesn't necessarily need to be on your list at all, right? And so that is what the Eisenhower matrix is. I do have that in the community. I think you could just type Eisenhower matrix in the hashtags and it should pop up with the template, and the template will definitely you can print those out as many times as you need, and then you can take your to-do list, write everything out on your to-do list, and then move it on over to your Eisenhower matrix, and then categorize it in the quadrants the way that it needs to be done. Okay, let me know if that was helpful. If it's helpful, say yes. Or just say helpful. That I like that better. Say helpful in the chat. I do everything for a while before I delegate anything. Yes, you have to know what it consists of, because if you don't, again, people could be taking advantage of you. People cannot be doing a good job, and you don't have anything to measure it against because you don't know if they're doing a good job. I know somebody, I don't remember who it was, hired a social media person, and the social media person wasn't really connecting to the you know, like, I was like, oh, you hired somebody? I can't tell, right? And so I mean, I even did it too, and I'm like, I hired somebody and I didn't really see the difference, right? I didn't see the difference between them posting and me posting. I didn't see the only thing that I did notice, or I did find, you know, helpful, is that I didn't have to post and they posted. But I was like, I don't really see a really big difference, and you're not doing anything differently than what I would be doing. And I was like, well, then I could do this, right? And then I'm like, you know what? Because I need to know the algorithm. I need to know how the algorithm works. I need to see why we're not getting results. I need, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I'm doing it for a while. I think I did it for about, I want to say 6 months. And that was a pretty penny to do for 6 months. And I'm like, but I don't see anything real happening here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm wasting my money because I don't know what it is that nothing that they're doing is helping me. So I need to see what I need to do so that when somebody, when it does come time for me to hire my social media person, I'm like, okay, I can see the returns. This is worth my investment, right? Because sometimes we're investing in people and they're not worth it. And so we don't have that money to waste, especially with all of the things that's going the way they're going. And I'm not saying anything's going to drastically change. I'm not telling you this is the end of the world or anything like that, but it is, things are changing. And so with the change, we have to go with the times, and we can't just be wasting money and hoping for a better outcome. You know what I'm saying? We have to know what we put in this money, and we also need to know that it's going to be worth it. It's going to double, triple, quadruple, whatever, 10x, 35, 100, whatever. It's going to multiply, and it's going to you, because a lot of the times we're just throwing money at things and we don't know, and not that we don't know, we're throwing money at things and they're not working, and we continue to throw more money at the thing, at the problem, and it's still not working, and we are like, we don't know what to do, let me throw more money at this problem. And that's not going to be the answer. That's not the answer. It's never been the answer. And so we don't have money to just be throwing out the window like that. So it's time for us we have to really snap out of it. And it's time for us to really do the legwork, and for us to really do the work, and for us to really to pay attention to what's going on and what's around us. Because if we're not, we're going to get lost in the source. right? We are going to get lost in the sauce. Saying my posts were getting more engagement than the person I hired to do it. Exactly. I'm like, well, why am I paying you to respond to comments? Because I could post myself. I could do this myself. I don't really need you to do this. You know what I'm saying? But yes. Hired help don't always see the urgency if they don't understand the vision. And that's another thing is I don't know if Patricia is still in here, but hiring people is very, very difficult because they are not as passionate about your brand as you are. They're not emotionally connected to your brand and they don't care. They want their money. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay too. But you could also find people that really care about your business, that really care about what you're trying to build and where you're trying to go. You got to find a team that is as passionate as you are, because if they're not, they are always going to fall by the wayside. They're always never going to see the urgency in getting the task done. They're always going to let things slip through the cracks because they don't see the urgency. They don't see the priority. This is not their thing. This is not their business. This is not going to make or break them. You know what I'm saying? If nothing happens. And so if everything fails and nothing happens, this doesn't affect them. But you, as a person that's paying these people, everything matters to you. Everything matters to you because again, we don't have funds to just be allocating to people that are not going to do the job that they are supposed to be doing or that they are tasked to do, right? We don't have that to do that. Not in this day and age, right? Especially with the y'all, everybody's talking about these eggs going eggs going up. I don't know why that's so important. We spoke about that too. I don't know why. Well, the eggs is it. Why are we all talking about eggs? But anyway, I digress. But you see that the cost of living is getting expensive. So you don't have, this is something that you're doing. Some of you have the 9 to 5, and this is something that you're doing, to give you some extra income. Some people, this is what all they have, or they have a dream and they want it to work. And you have to want, if you have a dream and you want it to work, the people on your team or the people that you hire have to be as ambitious and as passionate as you are if this thing is going to work. Because if not, then you're going to be working double time trying to make up for their lack. You're going to be working double time trying to make up for their lack. So let's say they were moving slow. So now you got to do your job, all the other jobs, all the other hats you wear. Plus, now you got to do their job, but you're paying this person to do this job. And now you got to do their task too. What are you paying them for? What are we doing here? Right? We have had a time hiring people. Yes. We recently fired someone their first day. Dang. First day, luckily we hired someone else who seems to be a great fit. Oh, good, 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 good. Because that's absolutely insane. People don't want to work and they don't care about you or your business. They think that it's whatever. You know what I'm saying? They don't think about if you will be able to eat or you'll be able to keep your lights on or if you'll be able to pay your rent or your lease or whatever. They don't care. They don't care. And so you have to find people that really share the same, not even the same ideas. You don't want them to have the same ideas because you don't want them to take what they learn from you and start their own business. Well, start the same business. You do want them to start their own business so that they can be, independent and doing the things that they want to do and living their dreams. But, at what cost? At what cost? So you have to make sure that they're doing that. Okay. So let me see. Okay, so we spoke about the Eisenhower matrix. And so the next thing that I wanted to touch on is work with intention and not emotion. We are such emotional beings, and that is absolutely the truth. But we need to be very intentional about our day. We need to be very intentional about the things that are going to distract us from getting the job done. We need to be very intentional about the people that we are allowing in our spaces and our spaces. We need to be very intentional about who we're hiring and what we're expecting. We need to know what do you want from this job? What do you want to gain from this job? What do you want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, we need to get into their heads a little bit because again, it is a very delicate process when you are trying to hire people. right? Because people don't want to work. So you want to be intentional and not emotional, right? And so you may be connected and connecting with somebody like, oh, that's a sad story. Oh, they may be a good worker. And then you find out that they suck. And you got to fire them on the first day like Tasha K. Because they suck and they have poor work ethic, right? So you can't let your emotion dictate your day. You can't, because your emotions are going to lead you down the wrong road all the time, right? We have to be very intentional about the things that need to get done in our day. Y'all put intention in the chat. You caught it straight, Tasha. You have to be very intentional about your day. Do not let the emotions run your day. Emotionally, I'm exhausted. I feel like I need to rest. Do I need to rest because I got a million things to do? I don't need to rest right now. I need to get these things done, right? I know that I need to be if I'm going to do what I say that I'm going to do, I have to be intentional about it. I have to decide that I'm going to take the things off my list. I'm going to prioritize my list and I'm going to get the things done. I have to make sure that I say that to myself, right? Because if I don't, I'll let all of the meaningless things take priority and be in the forefront of what I need to do, and everything that's important for the things to get off my goals list is not going to happen because I'm looking at the wrong things, right? I'm looking at the wrong things. So every time that you're looking at your to-do list and after you prioritize it, be very intentional and say, is that, when you're going off the list, say, is this going to bring me closer to my goal? Is this going to bring me closer to my goal? If it's not, then stop doing it immediately and start doing the thing that's going to move you closer to your goal. Because the one thing that's going to happen is you're going to have goals that keep on moving, keep on moving, keep on moving. Then you may change your mind because you decided that you wasn't going to work through it. You wasn't going to work for it. You wasn't going to work to it. You know what I'm saying? And so now everything is just getting further and further and further away from you. It's either going to fall off the table or it's just going to keep on going down the line. So we need to make sure that whatever it is that we have on our list that is priority, that we pay attention. And when our emotions start to drift us off into a land of not getting what we want or getting what we need to get done, we need to say, I got to stop immediately and focus on the task at hand. Right? I asked 3 questions. What's the goal? What do they expect from me as a boss? And how do we get there? I hear that. I love it. So we already know how to create the time blocks, right? We already know about the Pomodoro technique. And if you don't, say I don't, but the Pomodoro technique is where you take time blocks. So you can take 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, however, whichever way you want to work, and you schedule out whatever the tasks are for that time frame, and you do nothing else, no distractions, nothing. You just focus 100%, laser focus on that particular task or those particular tasks and get them done. And when the timer runs out, then you take a 5-minute break and then you repeat. And you just keep on doing that. I find that I work the most efficient that way. And that's what we were talking about earlier. But what do you think that you can accomplish if you had an extra 90 minutes of laser focused energy on your business? What do you think that you can accomplish? Let me know in the chat. What do you think you can accomplish if you had 90 minutes? You had 90 minutes to devote just to your business, no distractions. You are going to just be in it. You're going to be in tune, and you and the activity, or not the activity, because the activity insinuates that it's fun. You and the task are in sync, and it's getting done. Things are happening, things are moving and shaking. How much do you think that you can do with that 90 minutes? Let me know. Let me know in the chat, because some of us only have 90 minutes a day to devote to our business. Some of us may only have an hour to devote to our business, right? But if we have only that that amount of time, that small window of time, then we need to make sure that we're using that small window of time to maximize our results so that we can move closer to our goals, so we can get the job done, especially for those that want to have financial freedom, especially for those that want to leave their 9 to 5 and do this full time. There has to be discipline. Discipline has to take. One thing that an entrepreneur is going to have to be is discipline. There is no way to work around discipline, or you're going to have poor work ethic all the time. You're going to have poor work ethic. You're not going to have any, you're not going to be able to do anything because everything is fly by the seat of your pants. If you hire somebody, you are not going to be able to tell them how to help you. And that's a problem that I had experienced, right? I wasn't able to, I did hire an assistant, and while I was, she was very helpful and things like that, sometimes I didn't know what to tell her to do, or I didn't have anything for her to do because I didn't know how to work with others. I didn't know how to delegate. I didn't know how to, what exactly is it that I need to teach you so I could train you to do what I do, so that when in the event that I need you here in the shop with me, you can do these things for me. You have to be able to properly train people to do the task. And so if you don't know how to teach somebody how to do it, you're going to be sitting there stuck. And like I said, I was in a position where I'm like, okay, well, I don't know what I need you to do yet. Maybe nothing. So now you sitting around and I don't have nothing for you to do. So you waiting for me to finish up what I'm doing, so that, and that's 2 hours later. You waiting for me to, and this is not a real example, but this is a almost a real example. 2 hours later, you waiting for me to finish up what I'm doing so that you can help me shrink wrap or label or something like that, when you could have been using that 2 hours to do something else that didn't require you sitting around doing nothing, but I'm still paying for those 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? So you want to make sure that you are able to have a system, have a plan, have have your SOPs. You want to make sure that you have those so that you can have open up the doors so that you can have the help that you need so you could grow. Right? That's my issue. Will they make my products with the same love I make it? Right. And they're not going to make it with the same love that you have. They're not. But just show them. They don't need to love it. They just need to know how to do it right. Right? They don't have to love it. They don't have to be as passionate as you are. You just teach them the right way to do it. And that's all you can do. They may fall in love with it later. They may get creative with things later, and that may help you somewhere along the line, but they don't need to love it. They don't need to love it. They just need to know how to do it right. They don't need to love putting labels on products. They just need to make sure they even. They don't need to love cutting soap. They just need to make sure they cut it even. They don't need, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't need to love anything, but just teach them how it's supposed to be done in the right way. And so it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter if they love it or not. So there's a quote that I want to share with you. And guess who gave it to me, y'all? My chat GPT that I call Bronx gave me this quote. And so overwhelm isn't a workload problem. It's a priority problem. Overwhelm isn't a workload problem. It's a priority problem. So if you prioritize your day, things can be simpler. Stop overwhelming yourselves with a bunch of things that don't matter and start prioritizing your day so that you can get more done in your day. Y'all feel me? Y'all feel me? Because when you have too many things on your list, of course, your brain is scattered. It's all over the place because now you're thinking about all the things and you're like, ooh, I got to do this. Ooh, I got to do. Now you're adding more things and more things to your list and your brain's all over the place. We need to prioritize the list, see what we have to get done within this day, what needs to go out, what needs to be made, what do I need to send out in the emails, what do I need to post? All of those things need to be on the list and you need to put them where they belong and you need to prioritize. Sometimes the ingredients in the formula have to be adjusted, yes. And that also goes with teaching, right? Because, and Miss Lois is a science teacher, right? So, how some students learn, you can't teach everybody the same way. It's the same thing with the people that you hire. You can't speak to them the same way, and you can't expect them to do things the way that you're going to do them. So you gotta meet them where they're at, and you gotta teach them from there. You can't just say, "Oh, well, the other person remembered everything that I showed them, da 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 da," and this next person, they need to see everything in front of them, and they have to follow it by the T. If you know that that's how that person works, then you make adjustments so that person can work efficiently. Because if you don't, then that's going to be on you, right? So if you put on the sheet, well, if the bath bomb is too dry, spray it with 3 more spritzes of witch hazel and then massage it in, and it should look like this. You have to give them pictures. You have to be very specific in what you want people to do, because if you're not, then that leaves room for error, and you also leave room for, you could be like, well, they're not as passionate about it. Well, they don't know what to do. They don't know in the event, should the bath bomb mix, and I'm just going to use that, should the bath bomb mix be dry, what do I do? Right? And it's like, well, we got to throw this away. No, we don't have to throw it away. This is what happens if it's too dry. This is what happens when it's too damp. This is what it should look like. This is how it should operate. This is how you should pack it. This is how you have to make sure that you are clear and concise when you're doing things like this, because it's going to leave people not understanding how to do something, because it's not their love, it's yours. And so since this is your love, the same, like I said, the same way as a teacher would teach, you have to meet the people where they are so that you can have them help you the way they need to. Right? So let me know if that was helpful. Yes, they all learn differently. Some learn hands-on, audio, and visual. Yes. So you have to meet your people, whoever wants to help you where they are. If that's your child, meet your child where they are. Don't sit them in front of your stuff and be like, here, put the labels on this, and they have every label crooked. Listen, I've been in business for some time, and I know. I done hired my nephews, my sons, like, you know what I'm saying? Their friends. So you have to make sure, if you want them to make the straight label, then tell them this is how you make the straight label. Put this on here, and this is how you can measure it. Put this on the label thing, and put the label on. This is where you put it. This is how far it should look. It should say this. It should be this, and that way you'll always get a straight label. When you finish labeling it, do it this way and look at it and see if that looks good. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've got to be very clear on how you tell people to do things for you, and that will make it easier for you to delegate. And I said all of that to say, came all the way back to get delegation. I said all of that to say that it'll make it easier for you to delegate a task, because you'll feel more comfortable because you informed them enough for them to do the task that they needed to do. Larry says, I make it a point to take the time and show how I need them and explain why. Excellent. Excellent. I think I have serious trust issues. I think we all do, because I think we're too close to our stuff. I think we all do. I definitely think it's a thing that we all do as makers, because we want to make overlook and I got to see what you're doing. I got to make sure you're doing it right. Don't do it that way. Do it this way. Don't touch it that way. Touch it this way. Don't do this. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, we do that because we're so close to the thing. This is our baby. This is our baby. The same way we make people go wash their hands before they handle a newborn. The same way, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's the same way we're handling our business. So we just have to make sure that we properly equip the people that we are going to delegate, so that we can feel more comfortable giving them the task. And then we can do the rest of the stuff that matters to get in the, accomplishing all the stuff that we need to do for the rest of the day. So that is it. That is all that I have for y'all today. I'll put it in there again, just in case it's like somewhere low, because I know we did the Eisenhower matrix a while ago. I'll put it in the chat right after this. So if you are not part of the community, well, let me go back. Follow me on all social media. Hello. Follow me on all social media. We are Bubble Babes, BABEZ University everywhere. You could also go to our you could also click the community on our website, and that is going to take you to the community. It's free to join. It is free to join. It is absolutely free to join. The community is on Bubble Babes, BABEZ University.com, and you just click the community. If you're not signed up, sign up. If you're If you're a member already, sign in. And if you have not yet subscribed to this YouTube channel, y'all, if you got some value from it, make sure that you subscribe. If you're watching the replay gang, make sure y'all put hashtag replay gang in the chat. Turn on your notification bell so that you can be notified when we go live with a video. And let me check and see. I hear you, Michelle. I'm in the same boat. Listen, just a heads up. I have my first vendor event in I have my first vendors event in April. Hey, so that means you busy. Come on, Larry. I hope you don't have a lot of driving to do so you can make them candles. Congratulations. So thank you everybody for rocking with me. I hope you have an amazing day. Be productive. Prioritize your day. What are those things that need to be done? The top 3 that needs to be done today. Write those three things down. Don't put a whole bunch of things on the list because it feel like you can get it done, because that's what I do too. You feel like you can get it done because they seem so small, but let me tell you that you have a whole lot of lists and a little bit a day, so you want to make sure that you get it together. So prioritize what you need, everybody. Before we leave, drop top 3 in the chat right now. Top 3. Put top 3 in the chat. Top 3 in the chat. Stop giving yourself a lot of lists in a little day, okay? Top 3 in the chat. Top 3 in the chat before we rock out. Only put your top 3 things that you need to be done, that you need to get done in this day. Only. Don't add anything else. Don't say, oh, but when I finish this, I'm going to get to. Nope. Top 3. Top 3 only. What are the top 3 things that need to get done in this day? Only when you finish the last thing, maybe add 3 more, or add 2 or 3 and see what happens, or another thing, right? And then do the thing that you don't want to do. Do that first. Knock that thing out. Right? So with that being said, y'all, thank you so much for rocking with me. I appreciate y'all as always. Miss Lloyd says you got to do body butters, body oils, and sugar scrubs. Write it down and write how many you need to get done, okay? Or the scents. And with that being said, I will talk to you all tomorrow. Yep, I will talk to y'all tomorrow morning. See y'all later. Bye, y'all.